Major pharmaceutical companies have long wielded influence over doctors globally, shaping trust in the medical profession. Corruption permeates both realms, akin to political circles. With the right incentives, practitioners can be swayed, and their compliance ensured through the specter of license revocation. Even health ministers, ostensibly guardians of public well-being, aren't immune, often entangled in the web of pharmaceutical largesse. This isn't mere conjecture. My family's roots in the pharmaceutical industry have granted me first-hand insight into its inner workings. Over the years, bribery tactics have evolved. Today, instead of overt payments, doctors are wooed with lavish global conferences, often doubling as luxury retreats. Attendance is optional. Loyalty is mandatory. The price? Prescribing costly medications, often unnecessary and rife with adverse effects, exacerbates patients' conditions. Within the medical fraternity, a culture of protection akin to the Mafia shields errant practitioners. Convictions for malpractice are rare, shielded by the shield of medical opinion, a seemingly infallible defense, even in the face of patient harm or death. It's a troubling reality where medical judgment supersedes accountability, leaving patients vulnerable and justice elusive. Machiavellian machinations, the pharmaceutical physician power play. In the intricate game of power and influence within the healthcare industry, Machiavellian principles reign supreme, shaping the dynamics between major pharmaceutical companies and physicians. Through a Machiavellian lens, this essay explores the strategic maneuvers employed by both parties to achieve dominance, often at the expense of patient welfare and ethical integrity. At the heart of this Machiavellian power play lies the concept of manipulation and control. Major pharmaceutical corporations, driven by profit motives, recognize the pivotal role physicians play as gatekeepers to medication prescriptions. Leveraging this understanding, they employ a multifaceted approach to ensure compliance and loyalty. Firstly, pharmaceutical companies cultivate a facade of benevolence, positioning themselves as purveyors of scientific innovation and medical advancement. By funding research initiatives, sponsoring educational programs, and disseminating informational materials, they strategically ingratiate themselves with the medical community. This calculated charm offensive serves to elicit trust and dependence, fostering a symbiotic relationship where physicians rely on pharmaceutical companies for knowledge and resources. Simultaneously, pharmaceutical companies deploy a range of coercive tactics to exert control over physicians. Through the strategic allocation of financial incentives, such as speaker fees, consulting contracts, and sponsored conferences, they incentivize physicians to prioritize the prescription of their products over alternative treatments. Moreover, the implicit threat of withdrawal of support looms large, compelling compliance through the implicit understanding that dissenters risk ostracization and professional repercussions. In this Machiavellian landscape, physicians navigate a precarious balancing act, torn between professional integrity and self-preservation. While many enter the field with noble intentions of healing and care, the pervasive influence of pharmaceutical companies exerts a subtle yet insidious pressure, clouding judgment and compromising ethical principles. Furthermore, the collusion between pharmaceutical companies and regulatory bodies further exacerbates the Machiavellian dynamics at play. By leveraging political connections and financial influence, pharmaceutical giants wield disproportionate sway over the legislative and regulatory landscape, shaping policies and guidelines to their advantage. This manipulation of the regulatory framework serves to cement their dominance, erecting barriers to entry for competitors and shielding themselves from accountability. The consequences of this Machiavellian power play are profound and far-reaching. Patients, the ultimate stakeholders in the healthcare equation, find themselves at the mercy of a system driven by profit rather than patient-centered care. The overprescription of costly medications, often accompanied by debilitating side effects, underscores the moral bankruptcy of a system where financial gain supersedes patient welfare. In conclusion, the Machiavellian dynamics inherent in the relationship between major pharmaceutical companies and physicians illuminate the darker side of the healthcare industry. Through manipulation, coercion, and collusion, both parties perpetuate a cycle of exploitation and deceit, prioritizing self-interest over the Hippocratic Oath. Only through heightened awareness, regulatory reform, and ethical accountability can the Machiavellian grip on healthcare be loosened, restoring integrity and trust to a system plagued by corruption and greed.